Peace and greetings, you guys. What's good? It's your girl Naya here from the Metaphysical Mommy. Once again, hitting you up with another Vlogmas video. I had an idea in my head.
Oh my god, I had it.
Okay. In this video, I want to talk about my quest for an oracle deck. Yeah. It started very early in 2017, where I said, I finally have the funds to invest in an oracle deck. Okay, which one do I want? And I tell myself, Oracle of Oddities. Okay, sure thing. So I go on the web searching for Oracle of Oddities. And lo and behold, because I do a lot of research before I purchase decks. Most of the time, I like to get a feel for them. However, unbeknownst to me, there were 3 editions of the Oracle of Oddities. Well, of course, for me, it's not about the purchase, it's about the chase, it's about the journey, about receiving these things. So, the first and second deck I got relatively quickly. I was able to, the second and the third edition, I was able to find relatively quickly. So I went ahead and purchased those. And then a good portion of my year, I was heartbroken because the first edition was basically out of print. It is out of print. The first edition is out of print. However, there in a Facebook group, basically there was a bunch of us who were like, I didn't even know that there were multiple editions of this deck. I didn't either, because if I did, I would have prioritized it. Does that make sense? So Claire Goodchild from Black and the Moon, okay, the owner from the Black and the Moon, decided that there was enough of us to do a first edition reprint. It's actually called the charity edition, and the proceeds went to help with Puerto Rico, which for me, that was even more golden than getting my hands on the first edition. Just because of the timing and, you know, all of that, and me being of Puerto Rican descent, it was very much endearing to me that's, you know, she said, you know what, I'll run another first edition for those of you guys who didn't even know there was a first edition, but also make that the proceeds, it just did my heart so good. And I just want to really say thank you. If you ever watch this video, thank you so very much for doing that, because it means more than you might even know, you know. And, you know, for me, it was it just adds something special to this deck. So I do own all 3 editions. I just don't own the original first edition. I own the charity first edition. But I love this Oracle deck because of its size. It feels like a deck of tarot cards. There was 30 in each edition. I put them all together, and it was just so good. This deck is so beautiful. Like, and what's funny is that it translates on camera, right? And as many of you know, if you own a deck, or if you're a deck collector, that sometimes you get a deck and you don't click with it. Even though the artwork is beautiful, like as far as like maybe readings or something is concerned, you would think like, man, I really wanted to love this deck, but I just don't connect with it like that. And this deck for me, even before I knew the charity edition was coming out, I automatically like clicked with it. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but it's absolutely beautiful. I mean, it really is. There's chakra cards in there. I think I like the size of it because I feel like it's easier to shuffle. I don't have to fuss with it. It's easy to hold 2 decks in my hand that are similar sizes than a really big Oracle deck. And and a tarot deck, which I don't tend to use oracle decks just alone. I tend to pair them with tarot. I'll use tarot alone, but I won't use oracle alone. Not typically, unless it's like an altar card or something like that. Oh, yeah. So anyways, I just wanted to talk about this deck because it is a deck that I used a good portion of 2017, although I just recently acquired the charity edition. But either way, even without that, I still use this oracle deck a lot this year. Also, another oracle deck that I used this year a lot, even for other people's readings, is the Shaman's Dream Oracle. I think they did a reprinting of this deck and it's just called the Shaman's Oracle now. The messages in the little guidebook, and as you saw, that little guidebook is just, it's so short and sweet and to the point. But these curds give me them curds and whey, y'all. I'm bugging out. Okay, anyways. The Shaman of Song. The Companion. These are so beautiful. And I feel like this kind of, the research that went into it and what it represents, I feel really pulled to this deck for whatever reason. I thought maybe I wouldn't like it, but I love the messages that it gives. I do use the little guidebook, but I can pull stuff out of it, and it's not something that I ever thought that I would really gravitate towards, but it works for me. It really does. So I've been using this deck a lot in 2017 as an oracle deck. I've also been using throughout the year the Isis Oracle, which is infamous in its popularity. Not infamous, but it is highly popular, and a lot of people know what that deck is. I usually pull like a card a week or every 2 weeks, something to that effect. And also the Rumi deck and book set, I use those cards too. They don't have pictures on them. They have little Rumi sayings on them. It's kind of like a fortune cookie, kind of, sort of. But there's wisdom in these words. It's not like fortune cookies have changed. The little fortunes have changed over time. But I find these cards are very good for being contemplative and mindful and thoughtful. And I don't know, it just worked for me. Like, it would talk about the things that I was kind of going through on a week-to-week or month-to-month basis. But I used this one, and I started using this one because it was like the masculine energy, and because I was using the Isis Oracle, which is very much feminine energy, and I like things to feel balanced. That's how it works for me. But that's how it's worked for me this year. Just using the Isis Oracle and the Rumi Oracle for kind of my, I guess you could call it altar cards, or my cards of the week or of the bi-weekly. And the Oracle of Oddities has been a working deck, and the Shaman Dream Oracle has been a working deck this year. And I know I've used other decks too, but these are the ones that stand out in my mind that I remember, like, what was going on this year. Actually, another deck that I used for a little while this year is the Crystal Mandala Oracle by Alana Fairchild. And I used this with other people as well as myself. But this one was kind of like skipped throughout the year. Like, I used it, but sparingly. Like, when I felt intuitively call to you something else, that one tend to call out to me. So I'm going to stop this Vlogmas video right here. I hope you have a wonderful day. Much love, many blessings.